Okay, this is going to be a quick little video about me talking about the current state of Splatoon 3 Splatfest and what I think can be improved upon. I'll be talking about the specifics about the Splatfest, not the actual themes themselves. So let's jump right into it with everyone's favorite mode, Tricolor. The new system. I get what they were trying to do with Tricolor. Make it more accessible for everyone to play. Because with the old system, it was random if you can even get into a Tricolor. As low as a 2% chance, like what? But now, the big problem is versus self. I feel for Tricolor, versus self feels like more of a waste of time than just the regular matches instead. Maybe it's just me because I generally don't have as much time to play the second half of the fest as I do the first half. So honestly, I'd be okay with a longer queuing for a much better chance at real Tricolor matches. Maybe have an option to opt in for longer queuing times? That would be cool, and I feel like it wouldn't be that hard of a change to make. What the old system did right and what Tricolor is about. Guess what? Tricolor is meant to be a comeback mechanic. That's the whole point of revealing who won the first half of the Splatfest. It was so that the team would have to defend their title and the two other attacking teams in second and third would have to work together to take down the defending team. So it was anyone's game, in theory at least. But now, with the new system, guess what the halftime report is for? It's for who wins open. Don't believe me? If you look back at all the previous Splatfest results starting from Spicy versus Sweet versus Sour, the team who won halftime always won open, because that's what the halftime result is based on. This is why you'll notice in the older Splatfest, the percent from halftime to the result in open usually swung by about 2%. Now, it doesn't, because there's no comeback mechanic in Splatfest Battle Open at halftime. So, make a comeback mechanic again. That was the whole point of Tricolor, so now Tricolor just feels like another mode to play in the Splatfest. Now I know the team who wins halftime does get a 1.5x bonus if they defend, and the attackers get a 1.5x bonus for attacking, but side note, the team that gets the 1.5x bonus for defending usually always wins Tricolor. I say usually because the only time where it didn't happen was Spicy versus Sweet versus Sour, where Spicy barely won Tricolor. But other than that, the defending team always wins Tricolor. Which makes sense as they were in first place and therefore the quote-unquote best team. You see my point? There really needs to be some sort of comeback mechanic in open. Maybe a 1.1 or 1.2x bonus for the two other teams, or maybe a bonus percent more in clout depending on how much that team is currently losing by. That would really up the stakes honestly and would be super interesting to see. Like for example, Team Courage and Power vs Wisdom vs Courage could have a bigger clout percent bonus than Team Wisdom since they only had 32.07% and Wisdom had a much higher 33.7%. Obviously something like this would be rather complex to do, but it would legit make the results for open a lot more suspenseful rather than, oh well, I know we won open because we won halftime and that score never swings now due to Tricolor not being affected here. Which brings me to my next point. The results.
Wait, the results?
Stop showing the percentages for Conch Shell sneak peek results. It's pointless honestly, and it makes teams like Courage and Strawberry feel like they're losing right out of the gate. Because that's the trend. The team who has the least percent in Conch Shells always loses no matter what. Grub, last. Fire type, last. Sour, last. Milk Chocolate, last. Bigfoot, last. Courage, last. Strawberry, last. So please, stop showing the conch shell percentages at the beginning of the Splatfest. I know it sounds like I'm nitpicking, but it literally ruins any suspense for later in the Splatfest. Again, I'm not saying to get rid of the sneak peek results at the start, but just say who won conch shells and move on. Know what percentages is all I'm saying. A pretty simple change honestly that of all the things I wish they would do since it seems the most realistic. Now for the thing that is the most unrealistic. Please make more real Tricolor maps. You know that Zelda Triforce map? That was cool as heck, man. Make more of those, Nintendo, please. That was honestly the most fun I had on Tricolor since it was so chaotic and intense. Oh, and did you know that map was just Scorched Gorge? Yeah, I forgot to. I just call it the Triforce map. Pretty much all the other Tricolor maps are awful to play on. The most recent one in Vanilla vs Strawberry vs Mint Chip was just not fun at all. We're both attacking and defending. Now, I'm not a competitive Splatoon player or anything, so I can't really describe exactly why these Tricolor maps are bad, but they just feel bad to play on. Probably because they're just the regular map slapped with Tricolor mode on it. It's just really lazy. You know what these tricolor masks remind me of? The Mario Kart 8 battle courses. And Wii U. Yes, that's where we're at, folks. And it's really a shame coming from Splatoon 2, with every month having a brand new map to play on for each Splatfest. Like, what happened? How do we go from a brand new map every single month to this? Even Big Run isn't absent from this practice, but this video isn't about that. If you were to change one thing from all this, please be this. How about for halftime results, not only take in the open score, but also the pro scores as well? I mean, they already got rid of the tricolor as a factor of open, so why not? If you take a look at the Ice Cream Splatfest results, had they made pro mode a factor into the halftime, it would have been much closer, or Vanilla would have straight up lost halftime due to the difference in pro mode, which in turn would have made the results much closer and a lot more suspenseful, since as already discussed, currently the halftime results are just the open scores. I feel like this would honestly solve the problem, or at least help. Okay, those are all my main gripes about Splatfest in general. Trust me, as much as I'm not into the Splatoon as much, I still love the Splatfest, and I just want them to be as good as they can be. Hopefully in the next season they can make some of these changes to improve the experience of Splatfest for everybody. But other than that, thanks for listening to my rant about Splatoon 3 Splatfest. Hopefully more content in the future that's not just results reactions. In fact, I have been working on another Splatfest related video that I will hopefully have out sometime in the near future. Stay tuned.